Hey, yo, what's good with it, y'all? It's your boy, Mistah Wilson, and you are now tuned in to Wilson Block 100 Radio, son. And look, today we're going to talk about the first 20 albums I ever bought, okay? And we're going to take this all the way back to like 2001, you know what I'm saying? And, I was growing up in foster care and whoop wop wham, and, I was... even when I was as young as 6, 7 years old, growing up in the Antelope Valley, man, like I knew who all the artists was. I was up on the latest trends. I knew what was going on. I had my favorite song, and you know what I'm saying? So, fast forward to the time where I bought my first album, you know what I'm saying? This is where I was, you know what I'm saying, with it, And, I'm going to go ahead and just give y'all the first few albums, okay? It's called like the first 3 albums, you know what I'm saying? And to my knowledge, these are in the order, the best of my ability, you know what I'm saying? To the best of my memory, this is the order that I bought these albums in, okay? And I'm almost 100% sure that I'm missing or forgetting something, But I'm just going to go ahead and say that before I get started, you know what I mean? Because these are the albums that I came up just off the top of my head, you know what I'm saying? And we go from mainstream to local, you know what I mean? So the first album that I ever bought in my life, okay, was Jermaine Dupri, Instructions to the Game, okay? That had Welcome to Atlanta on it. That had Ballin' with Nate Dogg. That was a big hit. That was a big reason for me buying the album. And turns out, man, he had quite a few little hitters on the album, you know what I'm saying? Corrupt made appearance. He had Escape, you know what I'm saying, on the last cut, Rock With Me. That was probably like my favorite track on the whole album, you know what I'm saying, track 20. And a lot of people don't know that song. But if you bought that album, then you know that song, you know what I'm saying? Moving forward, at the same time that I bought JD Instructions to the Game, I bought Ghetto Fabulous, okay? Fabulous's debut album, okay? And the reason why, I put JD as the number 1 is because that was really the primary album that I was actually looking to get. It was the album that I went to look for at Warehouse Music, you know what I'm saying? And I remember my social worker took me to get these albums, and I was living in Gene Lore's group home, you know what I'm saying, and right there off of 73rd and Van Ness, okay. And look, we had to get clean versions, man. If we didn't have a clean version, they would take it away, and they was really on that. Miss Williams, okay, they was really on that. Miss Denise, yeah, they was on our heads for any music that, especially the 73rd, because we was the younger boys, and we were the youngest of the kids in the whole group home agency, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the third one, okay, Word of Mouth by Ludacris, okay? And that Saturday sticky icky ooh ooh, you know what I mean? That cut right there is what really pushed me to get this album. And what else did he come out with? He had the Move, Get Out the Way. Then he had the Rollout. You know what I mean? Rollout was kind of cool. And then also he had the Growing Pains track on there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I almost forgot. See, I almost forgot. And that's why, it's crazy that I almost forgot about this. But you know what? I ended up buying the Golden Grain album, okay, Disturbing the Peace album, man, classic album. But I didn't buy that till a little later, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put that. So we got 21 tracks, and you know what? I can't even get into no local music on this episode, man, because I gotta really take the time to talk about this 20. You know what I'm saying? 2021, albums. And after Word of Mouth, you know what I'm saying, by Ludacris, which was a classic album, you know what I'm saying, I bought Stillmatic at my 4th album, okay? And that was just a great album. Like, Stillmatic was my Illmatic, okay? And people be talking about Illmatic and how dope it was. Listen, Illmatic just wasn't what Stillmatic was to me. I mean, maybe it's because I just grew up and discovered this when I did. I don't know. All I know is that when I listened to Stillmatic and Illmatic, the only time I really liked the Illmatic, it's really the production. The production was just too boring. It wasn't musical enough, and that kind of made me overlook you know what I'm saying, the lyrical content in a way, because if the music's not at least soulful or jazzy or, you know what I mean, got some type of melody or something to it, then, you know, chances are, man, it's not gonna keep my attention, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know I ain't the only one. And, you know, I had a lot of favorite cuts off of that album. Coming in at number 5, okay, Nostradamus, okay, by your boy Nas, okay. And, you know, I had bought that album a major in part to a lot of the underground cuts off the album, so to speak. And I don't even want to talk about what they were because it was just raw, you know, rap. And it was wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, big shout out Nas. You know what I'm saying? I copped a couple albums. As a matter of fact, I bought Stillmatic twice, okay? I lost it, or I gave it to my brother. I mailed it to my brother after I listened to it for a good amount of time. I mailed it to my brother and ended up having to buy me another one of them copies, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. And coming in at number 6, Nellyville. Okay, now when Nelly came out with Nellyville, man, he was the hottest shit, man. I don't care what nobody say. I was a big fan of Nelly, and I just feel like, you know, Nellyville was probably one of his best albums. Okay, it was probably like the album of that year. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Cats was doing work that year. You know what I mean? But Nellyville was, you know, me as a kid, you know, growing up, you know, watching the industry, seeing it, you know, I'm like, damn, Nellyville was one of those albums that I just had to have, okay? And I love that album from start to finish, you know what I'm saying? Air Force One's Dilemma, you know, Hot and Her, you know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of that. And I even, and that brings me to another one that I almost forgot that I bought, okay? And that was the Saint Lunatics. I forget the name off the top of that album, you know what I'm saying? Let me pull that shit up, man, you know what I'm saying, while I got it on the line, you know what I mean? Because that album was dope. It was just fire, man. Murphy Lee, you know what I'm saying? Ali, okay. Titty Boy, 2 Chainz when he was Titty Boy, okay. And, you know, I wasn't really too fond of them. I was always a big fan of Lil Fate, you know what I'm saying, when it came to disturbing the peace. But the Saint Lunatics, man, they did their thing. They was hot, you know what I'm saying? I was rocking with them, okay? And I just want to pull up the name of that album real quick, just for the record, so people ain't mad at me like, you don't know, you know what I mean? They had that Batter Up cut, Midwest Swang, you know what I mean? What was the name of that album? The name of that album was, okay, it's not showing me the name of that album, okay? Who's the boss? Who's the boss? I guess that was the name of Free City. It was called the Free City album. Anyway, I don't remember that being the album name, but anyway, moving forward, man. Then I had the Golden Grain album, okay, which had the Growing Pains remix with Shauna and Scarface, and it was just a classic song. I still love that song to this day. It means a lot to me. I love the way that they sampled that song, and I just fell in love with the whole album. You know what I'm saying? Coming in next, I got Paid the Cost to Be the Boss. You know what I'm saying? By Snoop Dogg, From the Church to the Palace. Okay, that was a dope video, dope song that he dropped. I still like that song to this day. Beautiful with Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like the first look I had at Lauren London and who she was. I had looked back and was like, oh damn, she had already appeared in a Snoop Dogg music video back then. You know what I'm saying? But back then she was just a model. I couldn't tell her, I didn't, know her from anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But coming in next, okay, we got Real Talk by Fabulous. Breathe, okay? That song was the hottest shit to drop, man. The song was so hard. Okay, I was mad when they took it off because of the little sample issue and whatnot. But like, yo, bro, I remember getting out of school at Pasadena High School, man. It was September 9th, 2004, bro. And I told my father, like, yeah, man, I want to get this album, the day it come out. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, he took me over there. We bought the album, you know what I'm saying? And we was thumping it on the way back, you know what I mean? And it's just one of those albums of Fabulous, you know what I'm saying? I didn't just buy his debut album for it to be like my first or second album that I ever bought, but I ended up revisiting his career. And then Street Dreams, that was another album by Fabulous that I never ended up getting to buy, but that's one that I'm going to have to catch up on. Street Dreams was a great album, you know what I'm saying? And moving forward, we got the documentary by The Game. Now, at this point, I'm starting to, become a rapper. I'm starting to write lyrics. I'm experimenting with it. I didn't push nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just let it all simmer. Now, I got a real skill when it comes to being able to, craft a song. I can write a 16. I can write a bridge. I got my own hooks. You know what I'm saying? I can harmonize some stuff. You feel me? So, during the documentary, man, like, I know that whole album from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? I could rap that whole album to you. Stop it, okay? And, The Game was a very big influence of mine when it came to me being an artist. You know what I mean? So look, man, I'm running low on the show and I still ain't played no local music. We only got 15 minutes. So look, I'm going to just run down the list, okay? And then, you know what I'm saying, we could talk about it. I also got a few honorable mentions, okay, where I can't necessarily remember myself actually buying the album, which I might have, but whether I did or I didn't, these are just some honorable mentions that I want to give, and I'm going to give it after the rest of this list here. Okay, so after the documentary, it was The Doctor's Advocate. Nigga, stop it, okay? The Game was on top of his game, okay? And I was a big fan, even of the whole You Know What It Is, Volume 3. Let's talk about it, okay? Moving forward, we got The Eviction Notice by Residue Riggins, okay? Eastside Pasadena shit, you know what I mean? And that was a mixtape that I came across during my early stages out here rapping and whatnot in Pasadena, you know what I'm saying? So definitely had to support that album. A Little Past High by Too High, okay? The Classic 2 by S-Class, Steve Sneed and them, okay? Love, Death, and Revolution by Too High. What Was Lost by Scribes 1 from Seattle. Sleepwalk by Scribes 1 from Seattle was in. Both of those albums are classic albums, man. His debut album and I've heard the Sea Cow Drive and a lot of what he's put out, but these are the two albums that I just love these two albums. Gangsta Rick, Keep It G, okay? Nigga copped that on the streets of Pasadena. American Gangsta Nerd by Santonio Bandanas, okay? Evidence of Things Not Seen by Gabriel Teodros. And then Love Work by Gabriel Teodros, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm just a big fan of local music, man. That's what it's really grown into, because I realized that my biggest influences haven't always had the best things to share with me, okay? And we're just gonna keep it all the way real, man. That's just what it is from my perspective, man. I'm not talking shit here. I'm not trying to be mean, but it is what it is, okay? And I just want to go ahead and discuss these honorable mentions real quick. I got like a minute left, okay? Look. The Light and Dark mixtape by Eternally Grim, okay? Also known as Mr. McStrange today. Riggy Mars, you know what I'm saying? Riggy Marley, nigga, shout out. 2012, It's a Rap by Space Pimpin' All Over the World. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the homie. Nikki Beach Houses, Poets Lounge, St. Francis and Dupree. The Urban Warfare mixtape, okay? Classics. The Rose Family, okay? MDL. Truth, Too High, Bones, okay, let's get it. Chief Gang Volume 1, my nigga YG Chief and them. 2K, T-Ran, Solidification. T-Ran, Hearing Colors, the Delphic Concepts Project, the Yardnick 2010 mixtape, and Rose on Them by Paco Swartz, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I could talk to you all day about these albums, but I got about 10 seconds left in this show, and I'm going to have to let y'all go. Oh, excuse me, I got a minute and 10 left. So, listen, man, this was, the first 20 albums that I ever bought, and I gave y'all like 22 to be real, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to just call it 20, man, you know what I mean? Because, those ones where I forgot, man, I can't really, I could put them close to like the last album I might have bought, but I just really can't tell exactly when I might have bought that album. Exactly when, okay? But it's your boy, Mistah Wilson. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Wilson Block 100 Radio, and I just gave y'all a whole show without playing any local music, man. So y'all be lucky, man. Okay, I really had something to talk about with this, and I was like, I'm going to do this within the 15-minute interval, you know what I mean? And I'm going to get it in and get on, you know what I'm saying? So without further ado, man, it's your boy, Mistah Wilson, Wilson Block 100 Radio. Make sure you subscribe, like, and do all the good stuff. And until next time, I'm out.